Hello Year 10 Japanese and welcome to Lesson 3. In today's session here we are going to go over describing how many of something exists. For example, how many beds are there, how many rooms are there in a particular home. We're also going to touch on describing how many people exist. Perhaps how many people are in the classroom, how many people are in the Japanese class, etc. How many people in New Zealand. For this, we need to know a grammar structure and some counters. The structure itself isn't too complicated. We have here the item that we're talking about, followed by ga, and then the counter, followed by arimasu, if we're talking about inanimate objects. If we're talking about animate or living objects, we need to replace arimasu with imasu. So looking at the structure in more detail here, note just like before when we're describing where something is located, after the location we have the particle ni, and then the object nga, and then arimasu or imasu. But in between nga and arimasu or imasu we have the counter. Now the counters vary depending on what you are counting. In this column here, we have the general counter for things. In this column down here, we have the counter for what people. Counters for people, with the exception of 1 and 2, all end in ning, whereas the general counter end in su. This is just something that you're going to have to learn. Counters for people, not too difficult to remember because you've got the counters from 3 onwards. People from 3 onwards, you just have the number and then add ning. For counters for general objects, that requires a bit more revision. You'll have a list of this. Refer to your list on the Moodle website. Just note here the question words. Nannin, how many people, and ikutsu, how many things. Let's have a look at some examples. Let's look at number 2 first.
家に部屋がいくつありますか?
So how many rooms are there in your home? We have the location followed by the location particle ni, the item, in this case room or rooms, nga, and then the question word ikutsu, and then arimasu, followed by question word or the question particle ka. And response to that,
3つあります.
so here you don't have to create the whole sentence, it's just fine to say the counter then arimasu. Likewise with, scroll down, we're talking about numbers of people. Similar structure, we just need to change the counter.
学生が何人いますか? 2人います.
So here, how many students are there? This sentence is slightly different. This is simply how many students are there. If you wanted to say in a specific room, then you would have the location particle and prior to that the room. So you could say like C5. C5 に学生が何人いますか? And the appropriate number and います. There we go.